عليكم. نبدأ السيشن الثانية. Professor Norberg is a professor at Technology University at Malaysia, and he is the director and founder of Scan. He gonna go over his experience, success factors that he went through with his student. Also, the Scan is listed in the stock market in Malaysia, and Professor Norberg, he's a consultant for a lot of presidents, and he was a consultant for Saudi CERT. Would you start on, please, Doctor?
This is the wrong slide. Can I get it? Do you have it in flash? I have it. I gave it to. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Fahad. I'm going to speak about something which is quite different from what has been spoken before. I was requested by the organizer to speak about another aspect of what can come out from a center of excellence like the one that is being started at the KSU. And that different aspect is what can actually be done to the products or to the research products, the skills that came out from a center of excellence like the one that is being designed for KSU. So the presentation is basically about experience. We had a center of excellence in my university. We did some work on information security, and after some time we took the products and the outcome of the center of excellence into something that goes into the commercial aspect. So the topic is actually experience in an IPO from a COE to a technopreneur. I'd like to touch on these points. First one is on the genesis or the origin of the company, which became a spin-off from the Center of Excellence, the kind of support we received when we started the center, products and services that are now being offered by the company, which is the spin-off, the strengths as well as the lessons we had, which can be, I guess, quite useful for the audience today. The genesis of the company or of the group is we originated from a university's R&D group. This was back in around 1995. It was a government-funded research group, and I was with about 20 students at that time, and the area we worked on was network security and applications of cryptography. So the work was very niche, and in the end, which was about 3 years after that, slightly more than half of the students passed or finished their studies. And actually, one of the reasons why they didn't finish the study was we found out that they were actually becoming hackers instead of focusing on their studies. And they became members of this hacker group and that hacker group and various, what I call, a world underground group of hackers. And these students of mine, they work mostly at night. During the day when I was in the office, very few of them were there. In fact, those who were there were the ones who finished his studies. But those who weren't there were actually preferring to work at night. They came something like 7 o'clock in the evening, and they leave 6 o'clock the next morning. So they work mostly at night. And actually they were doing a lot of hacking activities and developing hacking networks all over the world. 1995 and 1996 was booming IT time in Malaysia. The Malaysian government was very excited and pushing a lot of IT programs in the country at that time. And at that time, many organizations had very poor security. Many servers were defaced, and the IT managers, they had very little idea about what to do with the security of their network, the security of their servers, and so on. So we as a group that was doing research in security, we were quite known as almost among the first few group that was working on information security. We got called, and we were asked to come and have a look at the attack machines, and we did everything free of charge at that time. So we went to the various government agencies that were hacked, that were attacked, that were defaced. We did forensic work on these machines and installation, and we did everything free of charge. And to us, it was okay to do it free of charge because it was also a useful learning process. When you do things free of charge, people cannot be so calculative on you or so picky on you. You can afford to have, you can make reports, but the report doesn't have to be very professional or very high quality or whatever, because you're doing things free of charge anyway. And what happened then, the incident handling, the forensic that we did, the hardening of the operating systems, which were all done free of charge, they were all good enough for the managers in those days. So we almost became the favorite reference on restoring servers, guarding networks, doing hardening, and all this kind of stuff. The kind of attack that happened was so frequent, and we got called every now and then to do these restorations and to do the recovery work. So a few years went by, and 1999 was the time, at that time the research fund was depleting and finishing out. And we the students as a group thought that it was probably time to get dispersed and go each other's way. Few of them were offered jobs at various research institutions on which were doing research on security. So we had the option of one, going separate ways, or stick together and try to make sense or turn what we were doing into some kind of proper and formal business entity. So after some careful thought, we decided that we would stick together, because having done this free of charge jobs everywhere, we knew that there were demand for that kind of services, or for those kind of services. There were real demands, and we could easily see that what we were doing can make good business sense, or can actually make revenue and profit for our group. But being pure technologists, we were just the people who were doing a lot of technology activities, we were definitely handicapped on the corporate issues. We knew that when we were about to set up a company, And if we were serious about it,